In a cozy little cottage tucked away in the heart of a bustling town, lived a tiny kitten named Whiskers and his trusty companion, a shiny goldfish named Puffy. Whiskers, with his fluffy white fur and sparkling green eyes, was full of mischief and curiosity, while Puffy, with his shimmering scales and wise gaze, brought a sense of calm to their duo. One day, as Whiskers playfully batted at a ball of yarn, he looked up at Puffy with a mischievous glint in his eye. "Puffy, do you ever wonder what it would be like to rule the world?" he asked, his tiny whiskers twitching with excitement. Puffy swam lazily around his bowl, considering Whiskers' question. "It's an interesting thought, my friend," he replied, "but I fear that taking over the world may be a bit beyond our capabilities." But Whiskers was undeterred. With a determined gleam in his eye, he leapt onto the windowsill and gazed out at the world beyond. "I may be small, Puffy, but I have big dreams," he declared. "And with you by my side, nothing is impossible." And so, Whiskers and Puffy set out on their grand adventure, determined to conquer the world one paw print at a time. They traveled far and wide, facing challenges and obstacles along the way, but never once losing sight of their goal. Together, they enlisted the help of birds, mice, and even a wise old owl, who taught them the ways of leadership and diplomacy. With each new ally they gained, Whiskers and Puffy's army grew stronger and their ambitions bolder. As they journeyed towards their final destination, the grand city of Meowtopia, Whiskers and Puffy encountered their greatest challenge yet, a formidable rival who sought to thwart their plans and claim the world for themselves. But with cunning strategy, unwavering loyalty, and a sprinkle of luck, Whiskers and Puffy emerged victorious, their names etched in history as the legendary duo who took over the world. And as the sun set on their triumphant reign, Whiskers and Puffy sat side by side, gazing out at the world they now ruled with a sense of pride and contentment. For they had not only conquered lands and seas, but hearts and minds as well, proving that even the smallest of creatures could achieve greatness when united in purpose and spirit. And so, the tale of Whiskers and Puffy became a legend passed down through generations, inspiring future adventurers to dream big, act boldly, and always believe in the power of friendship and determination. As Whiskers and Puffy ruled over the vast kingdom of Meowtopia with grace and wisdom, a new threat loomed on the horizon. From the distant lands of Snacktopia emerged the Pringle army, led by the fearsome General Sour Cream and his legion of Pringlians. Each a different flavor of Pringle, from classic to barbecue to sour cream and onion. With their crunchy shields and sharp edges, the Pringlians marched towards Meowtopia, their intention clear: to conquer the kingdom and claim it as their own. The people of Meowtopia, led by Whiskers and Puffy, knew they had to act fast to defend their home against this salty invasion. As the Pringle army drew closer to the city gates, the citizens of Meowtopia sprang into action. Armed with cans of soda and bags of chips, they stood ready to defend their beloved kingdom. Whiskers and Puffy, perched atop the city walls, gazed down at the approaching enemy with determination in their eyes. When the Pringlians finally reached the city walls, a fierce battle ensued. The people of Meowtopia fought valiantly, using their wits and resourcefulness to outsmart their crunchy adversaries. Whiskers and Puffy, with their quick reflexes and strategic minds, led the charge, inspiring their fellow Meowtopians to stand strong against the Pringle army. But the Pringlians were not easily defeated. With their crunchy exterior and savory flavors, they put up a fierce resistance, causing chaos and confusion among the defenders of Meowtopia. General Sour Cream, with his sharp wit and cunning tactics, posed a formidable challenge to Whiskers and Puffy. In a bold move, Whiskers devised a plan to counter the Pringle army's strength. He called upon the citizens of Meowtopia to unleash their secret weapon, the power of the lid. With a mighty roar, the people of Meowtopia began to twist off the lids of the Pringlians, exposing their vulnerable insides to the warm sun and fresh air. The Pringlians, caught off guard by this unexpected tactic, faltered and stumbled, their crunchy armor no match for the cleverness of the Meowtopians. In a final decisive blow, Whiskers and Puffy led the charge, toppling General Sour Cream and his army of Pringlians, sending them scattering back to Snacktopia in defeat. And so, Meowtopia was saved from the clutches of the Pringle army. thanks to the bravery, ingenuity, and teamwork of its courageous inhabitants. Whiskers and Puffy, hailed as heroes once more, stood proud as the defenders of their beloved kingdom, knowing that no matter how crunchy the challenge, they would always prevail with the power of unity and cooperation. As the peaceful kingdom of Meowtopia celebrated their victory over the Pringle army, a new threat arose from the human world. The Extraterrestrial Army Division, ETAD, a ruthless faction bent on domination and destruction, set their sights on Meowtopia and its inhabitants. Led by the ice-cold General Steelheart, the ETAD was determined to eliminate all who stood in their way, regardless of the cost. In a relentless attack, the ETAD struck Meowtopia with deadly precision, causing chaos and devastation in their wake. The once vibrant city now lay in ruins, its citizens fleeing for their lives as the enemy pressed closer and closer. Whiskers and Puffy, standing strong amidst the chaos, knew they had to unite their forces if they were to stand a chance against this new enemy. As the ETAD army unleashed their advanced weaponry and relentless assault, the people of Meowtopia found themselves facing their darkest hour. But in the face of adversity, unity and courage emerged from unexpected places. The cactuses, with their sharp spines and resilience, joined forces with the Pringlians, the Porcelain Army, and other unlikely allies to form a formidable front against the ETAD. Meanwhile, on the side of good stood the turtle, fish, dog, and kind-hearted humans, all rallying to Meowtopia's defense. Together, they fought with unwavering determination and loyalty, their hearts united in the common goal of protecting their home and loved ones from the ruthless ETAD. As the battle raged on, the casualties mounted, and the toll of war became all too real for the inhabitants of Meowtopia. Brave soldiers fell in combat, their sacrifices remembered by all who fought alongside them. The relatable and catchy storylines of these fallen heroes touched the hearts of the people, fueling a deep-seated hatred for the cruel ETAD who brought such devastation upon them. In a climactic showdown known as Meow War 3, the forces of Meowtopia, united in their resolve, pushed back against the ETAD with ferocity and valor. Whiskers and Puffy, with their quick wit and unwavering courage, led the charge, inspiring their allies to fight with everything they had. And in the end, after a long and bloody conflict, victory belonged to Meowtopia. The ETAD, battered and broken, retreated in defeat, their plans foiled and their forces scattered. But the cost of victory was high, and the scars of war would forever linger in the hearts and minds of the Meowtopians. As the sun set on the battlefield, Whiskers and Puffy stood amidst the aftermath of the conflict, their eyes heavy with sorrow for those who had been lost. But they knew that in the face of darkness, unity and perseverance would always prevail, and that the bonds forged in the fires of war would endure for generations to come. And so the tale of Meow War 3 became a poignant reminder of the true cost of conflict, and the power of courage, compassion, and unity in the face of adversity.